Dre?
You say you can't turn your phone while recording.
All right, so we're gonna actually wait for a few people. Hey guys, this is J.Rashawn Coulter here. We are talking about all curls matter and hair inequality in the cosmetology world. Now, a lot of times we are, as stylists, we tend to actually navigate to our own kind, and that is now. I need you. Say it again. The connection. Okay, cool. So if you're on this live, I need you to like, share, and invite some people right now. If you're on here, like, share, and invite. And we're going to actually go ahead and put my website on there as well. We're going to actually go in and do some other stuff even with the website. So between like, sharing, and inviting and stuff like that, make sure that you are constantly telling somebody, because in the world today, it's too much segregation. And we want to actually be able to pull that and separate, or not separate, or bring everybody together when it comes down to even, doing hair, and everybody just feeling comfortable with wherever they go, because everyone knows how to do hair. So I decided to actually bring on my special guest. And with my special guests, these are all of my students. And the reason why I decided to actually pull them in is because of the simple fact they're the ones that actually deal with it the most. Being that they're actually working at a hair school, what happens is they get the stigma because they're black, they're white, they're Indian, they're not the same kind. I get a lot of people that actually come on and say, I want this person, and they're being like really specific. But when you're actually in the professional world, only the people that you work with actually come to you. So that's the thing that we're actually going in and teaching our students more, is that we want to make sure that we are teaching the equality and all of that stuff when it comes down to the hair. So we're just going to have an open discussion, and we want you guys to actually go in and show us or talk to us and ask us different questions, or even make comments and stuff like that. We want you to make sure that you like, share, and invite. Please make sure that you're like, sharing, and inviting as well. So we have our students here, and we're going to actually just kind of talk about just hair equality, and we're going to actually talk about some of the situations. I refuse to call any names.
Look at me.
And we have different levels of students at the same time. So we do have a few students that are just not getting here, that are just not starting the program, and then we have some that's getting ready to leave as well. So we have some experience and we have some total non-experience, but we're actually going to go in and talk about that and just kind of keep that going, okay? So with that, how do you guys feel when it comes down to dealing with just clients and just how okay, number one, let's talk about you and how much you enjoy doing hair. Number one, let's go ahead and start with that. All right, Sandy, what is your reason, or what got you to this point of wanting to even go to school and stuff like that?
The main reason is for me to, I can able to do all kinds of hair. That's my main concern, because I already Indian, and I know the Indian way how to do the eyebrows and hair, just for the Indian hair. But when I come to the cosmetologist, that teach me a lot, that I never even think about that I can able to do all kind of hairs, like black, white, and some other variations also at the same time. So I'm really, really happy to learn all these things in cosmetologists that make me prosper and going forward. And in future, if I open my salon, I want it to have welcome diversity logo as my salon.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah, so that's my point of view.
That is good. That is good. She said that her salon, and y'all better not take this, is Welcome Diversity Salon. So that is like really good. That's really good. That is really good. So, Aaron, tell me a little bit about what it is that you, and I picked all of these students because of the simple fact I love their personality. They're awesome students, and they weren't camera shy. So,
Except for one.
So, Aaron, let's talk.
I've always loved doing hair since I was little. In kindergarten, when we had a little career fair, I actually dressed up as a cosmetologist, had an apron, brought like a water bottle and a comb and everything like that. Always loved doing hair and makeup, but I never thought of it as a real job or something that I just wanted to pursue as my career. So I went to Winthrop for a little bit, and things just weren't working out for me. I realized it wasn't what I wanted to do. So I took a semester off, and I was talking to my family because I was just working, talking about, I need to go back to school, but I don't know what for. And they're like, why not cosmetology? You love doing hair, you love doing nails, you love doing makeup. I was just like, okay, why not? Let's just try it out. And then when I got here, I realized it was something that like I absolutely love doing. I love making people feel beautiful because I know for me, I do have a lot of insecurities with that. So if I can make someone else feel better about themselves, that just makes me feel 100 times greater.
Yeah.
And all of that stuff, and it's also a way to express myself. I mean, blue hair, don't care,
Right.
but like there's so many things you can do with it, and it's, I don't know, it's a great thing to do, and I absolutely love it. And in the future, I actually want to move to LA and be like a celebrity hairstylist.
Absolutely.
That's my main goal.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like the simple fact of you even talking about wanting to actually help somebody else feel better. And that's basically what it is. That's what it's about. Actually, you know, making other people feel good about themselves as well. So, tell me a little bit.
Well, I've always had a passion for doing hair. Growing in a household of 6 sisters, and with myself, it makes 7. So my mom didn't have a whole lot of time,
girls.
so we would have to do each other's hair practice, and she was a cosmetology as well. So it was kind of like passed down to us after just seeing my mom work with our hair texture and style. We practiced, and so it's just been an amazing journey for me to be able to start cosmetology. Again, I did criminal justice coming out of school, and it really wasn't my passion. But I didn't really want to stand on my feet long hours. I love doing hair, and I love the hair care, just educating people about actually hair and hair needs. But again, graduating and getting a job out into the field, I still didn't feel like I was fulfilling my fulfillment. So I just went back into cosmetology, and I want to do all texture types of hair and be diversity as well. You know, I just love it, and I want to educate individuals just on hair. You know.
That's really what it's about, education. That's one of the main things, and that's why we're doing what it is that we're doing here, is actually educating, you know, you, and that's one of the platforms that we're constantly doing at all times, is really educating you at the same time. So, what we have?
Well, growing up, my aunt used to do hair. I used to watch her all the time. She used to braid a lot. And she started teaching me. She's like, you want to learn? You just watching me, you know. So she brought me mannequin heads and used to let me braid and practice. And I got sisters and mamas who always ask for their hair to get done. So I do their hair, and I just started practicing things and styles. I went to medical school and took up a medical assistant. Didn't turn out right, so my plan B was always doing hair, being a cosmetologist and working in my own salon. I always said ever since I was little. And I want to be my own boss, so.
That's what you do.
I want to be my own boss, so I guess this is a start for me to go ahead and get everything situated. I already have my braiding license, so.
Okay. All right. So, you know, wanting to be your own boss, wanting to educate, wanting to make sure that they make you feel good, and also having straight diversity. That's basically, that sums up our girls right here, you know? That sums up everybody. So, when we're out here, right, and I know we deal with it all the time, let's talk about some of the situations that you have dealt with, and how did it make you feel as a stylist? And I know, you know, my babies right here, they haven't got to the floor yet, but I want you to kind of encourage them at the same time when they do get to the floor, on how to even deal with it and how to handle it. And let's kind of talk about some of the things that, you know, that we're doing. If, like I said again, guys, if you're on here, I need you to like, share, and invite, because this is a really important topic. Because at the end of the day, we still yet deal with that at the same time. How many do we have on there so far? Any questions? Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to go in and like, share, and invite. If you're on here, thank you for watching. For those that are on here, definitely make sure, again, that you like, share, and invite. And I'm going to be on later on tonight as well, talking about some other things as well. So just kind of stay tuned. So at some point, because I know all of us have kind of dealt with hair inequality at some point, or just inequality at some point and stuff like that. But dealing with the hair industry, give me some of a situation that has happened with you. And I know you recently told me one just a while ago. And tell me the situation, and then tell me how you felt about that situation as well.
Well, a lot of times it just starts off with I normally get a client, and you can tell straight off the bat whether or not they're iffy about you, and I know basically it's because I'm white.
Yeah.
So they're iffy because they're like, oh, well, you're white and I'm black, and like you don't know how to do black hair, and they don't physically say that, but you can tell just from how they're acting.
Exactly.
And so recently I had a lady sit in my chair, and we were just talking, general discussion, and then it got brought up about me doing her hair, and she was just like, do you know how to roll my hair? I was like, yes. She's like, oh, I was just making sure because the last girl I had couldn't even get my hair to stick on the rollers. I was like, well, I know how to do your hair. Like, I've done plenty of hair. I'm almost graduated. Like, I'm basically there. Like, if anything, I know how to do all hair.
Exactly.
And she was just like, oh, okay, I was just wanting to make sure. And then when that didn't make me feel any certain type of way, because I knew I could do her hair. I can make her look good. And I'm going to prove it to her that
Absolutely.
I can do your hair. I'm not going to let hair stop me from doing what I love.
Absolutely.
And then when she got done and I took the rollers out and everything, she was like, oh my God, you actually did a good job. I was like, yeah, I know, I told you. Like, I wouldn't lie to you. But it's just something that I just find it funny because they think that I can't do hair because of the color of my skin, which is absolutely false. Because I know, even like, there have been lots of times people will be like, oh my God, who did your hair?
Absolutely.
And everyone's like, oh, well, Aaron did that. And they're like, Aaron?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Aaron did that? And I'm just like, thank you.
And, that's one of the things that we stress, even here at the school, is because when you're here, well, you know what, before I get to that, let me keep going. Let me keep going, because I don't want to get too ahead of myself at the same time, because this is like a really, really good conversation. So again, if you're on here, I need you to like, share, and invite some people to this. And even if you're watching it, after we get finished recording, I need you to go on and share and like and all of that type of stuff, so we can actually make this go a little further. Okay. All right, Miss Sandy. While you have been on the floor, or just because you coming from different places as well, so tell me a little bit more as far as people coming to you and they're not feeling confident in what it is that you do, and how did you feel about it? Do you have a situation that has happened that has actually taken you to that place, or have you ever gotten upset about it at the same time of some situation? So think about a situation that you have that kind of hurt your feelings or got you upset or something like that. And, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, like day before yesterday itself, we had one client. She wanted to braid her hair, and she wanted the braids going from back to the front, and she wanted curls on the top. So as soon as she saw that I got her, she said she just make her face and showing, you sure you're gonna do my hair? And I said, yes, ma'am, positively. And I'm so confident that I'm gonna make you happy.
Absolutely.
And she said, are you really sure? Because you look like an Indian and you don't know how to do my hair.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. So I said, yes, ma'am, because I'm a cosmetologist and I'm about to graduate in a couple months. And almost like when I started, I didn't really know how to braid the hair. But when I practiced over and over, and I got very confident that yes, I will do it.
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Good.
And the only reason why listen, when I saw her do this braid style, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was like, yo, she did that.
She really
I was
did.
like, she really did it, and it looked really good. And so you cannot underestimate anyone, because at the end of the day, we're teaching you that hair is hair all the way around. You just have to know exactly what to do with each type of hair. So what else happened when you were working on her?
Yeah, when I finished it up and show her even her curls and everything, she was really amazed, and she said, Sandy, next time I want you to come and do my hair again. So I'm really happy that it makes me so proud that I challenged whatever she said. Oh, you're Indian, you can do my hair.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to know that when you practice over and over, that make you more confident in that, and just being passionate about it, do
Yeah.
whatever you like to do it,
Yeah.
that's keep you going ahead.
And that's one of the great things that she just said, is actually being passionate about it. And just with doing hair, alone itself, you have to actually have the passion. In order for you to make it in this industry, you actually have to have passion. You can't necessarily stress yourself or talk about money in this industry so much. You will make money, that you will make, but money cannot be your drive. Yeah. And one thing that we realize is that regardless of what race any of us are, that money is green.
Yes.
At the end of the day, money is green. So we want to make sure that we are constantly, keeping that in mind. So regardless of who you are, we can actually do it. Any situations that you ladies have actually had? I know you haven't really been on the floor, but just with situations that you've dealt with when it comes down to hair and stuff like that. Has anybody, I know you braid a lot. So have you actually had any people other than African American to come to you asking for braids like that?
I had a Caucasian girl that come to me and was like, you can't hear, I'm sorry.
No, talk about it.
I had a Caucasian woman to come to me and ask me before, like, can you do these braids in my head, or you sure you can do it? Like, she was questioning it, and then when I showed her some of my work on the mannequin head, because I felt like that hair was more like her hair. So she was like, okay, yeah, you can, but she underestimated when she, asked me, like, are you sure you can do this kind of hair? Like, because you're this kind of person, and yeah. But I was letting her know, like, I'm open to do your hair, but I never did your hair. I never did that kind of hair, so I never really had that.
So did you get a chance to do it?
No, I ain't never. We just discussed it. Like, we
Got
never.
you.
Yeah.
Got you. So even when it comes down to anyone's hair, I want you to realize that any type style that you want, anybody can get it. Any style that you see and you really want it, anybody can actually go on and get the styles and the looks that you are wanting at the same time. Have you had any situations at all?
Well, I don't know if it's the same or different, but I've had clients like question me because I'm not a licensed cosmetologist.
Okay.
On certain types of styles. So
Okay.
I've had a client, if they haven't actually seen my work or something, they may question
Yeah.
iffy about it.
Yeah.
So,
And even with that, it's all a matter of the confidence.
right.
And continue to have the confidence, because while being in the industry, one thing about it, I tell my students, and I stress to them all the time, because we practice. When you're actually in the classroom, you are practicing, you're doing the foundation of everything, and the foundation actually is the building block of everything else. So right now, we're actually learning perm rods and understanding perm rods, but then with them getting the technique of learning how to do a spiral perm and a basic perm, they can actually go in and create a style just from that. So we're constantly building your confidence at the same time when we're doing that. So while and so with that, I'm getting them to understand the different types of curl patterns all at the same time, because I know you guys actually went over curl patterns and the types of hair and the bonds and all of that type of stuff. In one of my classes that I do teach, I actually show you how to deal with different types of curl patterns. And understanding that a 1 curl pattern is straight and a 4C curl pattern is what? Tightly coiled, exactly. So we go from 1 to 4C when we're talking about that. And so when we're going in and talking about the different curl patterns, they understand also that the texture meaning what? I mean, of course, texture meaning.
I had to think about it for a second. I was like, oh.
I'm always teaching, guys. So dealing with the curl pattern, 1 to 4C, and we're also dealing with the texture, which is fine, medium, and coarse. As long as they understand the curl pattern and the texture, they can actually go in and do any type of hair all day long. They'll know what type of shampoo to use. They'll know what type of conditioner to use. So listen, guys, when you're out here, and even as a stylist, for those that are stylists, never, ever refuse anybody just because they don't look like you. That's the bottom line. And even as cosmetologists, never underestimate a cosmetologist because of the simple fact we are actually being taught all the way around that hair is hair all the way around. So guys, thank you so much. Anybody else have anything else they want to add to it? Everybody's good?
All curls matter.
All curls matter, right? So guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And do we have any questions at all? No? All right, cool. So listen, if you guys do have any questions at the end of it and you're watching at the end of it, we want you to go ahead and ask your questions. You can inbox me. You can also go to my website at J.RashawnCulture.com, and it's www.JRashawnCulter.com. And you can tune in. I think this video will actually be on my blog on there as well. So definitely stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much.
All curl matters.
All curls matter, right?